your mind's reaction is to another for you. Here's the law, the love and attraction. I'll show you what I can do. You know you find a result now. You know just what to do. Just think, babe, you're amazing.
Hi everyone, today I've run out of toothpaste powder. So instead of going to the supermarket and buying things here at the cottage, we have to learn to make them. We save money, we save time, and we save waste because we don't have any plastic containers. We make our own tooth powder. So it's a bit of an adventure, but I'm sure you'll love it once you get used to the idea that you don't have all that foaming smush in your mouth. The foaming agents aren't really good for you, so much better to have something like this. What you'll need is your ingredients, which is bentonite clay, some salt, stevia, cinnamon, bicarb, cloves, and some essential oils, and maybe a little jar for you to keep your tooth powder in the bathroom, and obviously spoons and a bowl to mix. We start off with 4 tablespoons of bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is really, really good. It's high in minerals and it adds a bit of mineral content to your tooth powder. So 4 of those. With salt, we need 1 heaped teaspoon. Stevia, 1 heaped teaspoon. Now this just adds a bit of sweetness. If you don't want to put the stevia in, you don't want sweet toothpaste, then don't put it in. So 1 of those. Cinnamon adds a nice flavour, so a heaped teaspoon of cinnamon. And bicarb, we'll add 2 teaspoons of bicarb soda, so they can just be flat teaspoons. Then we come to the cloves. I only need a little bit of the cloves, so half a teaspoon of clove. And we can add essential oils. The essential oils I like, which my husband hates, is peppermint oil. We both like the cinnamon bark, and sometimes we even put a little bit of orange essential oil in. And that one we've actually made here at the cottage, actually distilled our own. So usually the maximum you'd put in would be 15 drops of any essential oils. And it's always best to test essential oils before you actually use them. So if you give them a test on a small piece of your skin to find out if you get an allergic reaction. Some people are allergic to essential oil. So we need, probably I'll put 5 drops of the cinnamon bark, 10 of peppermint, and that's about it. So no room for orange because I've got 15 already. If you find that your tooth powder is, after you've been using it for a while, it's not as tasty, then I'd add a couple more drops of essential oil. Now once it's in there, you just need to actually mix it around. So I always store this in glass. Bentonite clay does react if you store it in metal, so store in glass. So give it a bit of a shake up, get it all nice and mixed, and then you can decant. It's looking a much better colour now. And usually I just decant some into a small container. You might find, whoops, it's everywhere. So make sure it's nicely mixed and store it in a smaller container from the bathroom. You can put your name on it. It's individualised then. You could have one for you, one for your husband, one for each of your children, and you can dust yourself with tooth powder. It does come off pretty easy. When you put it on your toothbrush, just wet your toothbrush and pop your wet toothbrush into your bentonite clay tooth powder. There you go, and then you can clean your teeth. So we'll all have lovely white smiles. Thank you.
Hey guys, here at the cottage we try and be as self-reliant as possible. In which case, we buy a whole heap of stuff in bulk and we make a whole host of things ourselves. So the one we're going on with today is dishwashing powder, just for the dishwasher. Now this is such a really, really easy recipe. You just need sodium carbonate, which is otherwise known as soda ash or washing soda, and sodium percarbonate, which is sodium carbonate that has been impregnated with hydrogen peroxide. Now the sodium carbonate you can find from pool stores and things like that in a 25 kilo bag, and the sodium percarbonate you can get in a 25 kilo bag from your brewing suppliers. It's used for bottle washing and all that sort of thing. So the recipe, really, really easy. You just have 2 cups of the sodium carbonate or the washing soda. And they don't have to be totally exact. And because we mix this stuff up all the time, we just have a dedicated bowl for it as well. And then 1 cup of the sodium percarbonate. Yeah, we just mix that around a little, bust up any of the lumps. And just be careful of if it creates any dust, so just mix it slowly. Then once it's mixed around, we put in around about 20 drops of eucalyptus oil, tea tree oil, or if you're really so inclined you can use peppermint, but it's not really my favourite. I've lost count. Some of you watching will be counting, so it could have been 20, could have been 25 in there. So we just mix that around. So that's a lovely eucalyptus flavoured dishwashing powder. Now when we're using this, we just use around about a tablespoonful in the dishwashing powder dispenser. And that does the dishes really clean for the night. And because we're reusing and recycling, we've just got old bottles of the dishwasher powder that we used to use, and we just tip the mixture into the bottle and then keep it in the cupboard to use. Hey guys, that's the end of today's tips and tricks. If you could, please like, share and subscribe, and just share this around to all your mates. Thanks very much, and thanks for watching. Bye.
You